inspire.
Welcome back to Starting Now. I'm your host, Jeff Sarris. This is the show where I talk to entrepreneurs to reveal the unexpected paths to entrepreneurship. Today I'm talking to Roger Trier. Roger is the host and creator of the Hot Dane Show on YouTube, where he punishes himself with the spiciest peppers, spiciest pepper-infused chocolate and foods, and he does it all for our entertainment. In the last couple of years, he's created an amazing show. The show itself, along with the production quality, the set, I am in awe of what he's done there and so jealous. Every time that I watch, I really want to take this setup that I have here and really upgrade things. But anyway, the audio, we had a little bit of trouble with the syncing of the audio. So at times you'll hear us get a little caught up when my audio wasn't in sync with my video. But I think you're going to enjoy this one. Definitely check out Hot Dane Show on YouTube. And without further ado, my conversation with Roger Trier. But yeah, I really appreciate you doing this, and because I love what you've built. Like the visuals of what you're doing, like your studio, the branding behind everything you've created is it's super cool. And I love that you just started it like within the recent memory. I mean, when did you start?
I can't pinpoint when exactly. I would say about 16 months ago.
Yeah.
Roughly. So I believe April, maybe February, April would be my 2 years on it. Yeah, time flies already. Wow.
Yeah, it really does. But I mean, you've also...
But thank you.
Yeah, you've grown immensely over that time, which is awesome. I mean, because you started...
Yeah.
This was your first sort of venture into YouTube, right?
Wrong.
Oh,
it's actually my third.
Oh, is it?
Well, the first one I was doing, trying to promote my freelancing business. And I do a lot of video production, animation, graphic design, stuff like that. On my original channel is Roger Trier on YouTube. That's still going, but I'm not doing much with it. And the second one, you're going to laugh at this one. I was a nutritionist. I was
nice.
certified nutritionist for a while.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, it didn't work out for me, I thought. And so I kind of let that one go.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it was not planned. The Hot Dane, originally called the Hot Dane Show.
Yeah.
I had to change it, long story. But they could kind of like accidentally happened. And yeah, it's doing so much better. And I'm happy with it.
Yeah, definitely, because you're approaching 100,000 followers now, or subscribers and everything, and in not a lot of time, it's really ramped up. And just looking at it, I feel like one of the things that set you apart immediately was the brand, the visuals, the studio, the showcasing that you're doing something at a higher level than most people are, which I really like. How did you get started with that then?
Well, it wasn't planned, like I said. I remember when my client sent me the original package chip. I believe it's the ghost pepper one.
Uh-huh.
And I always talk about that I can, eat spicy stuff, but I didn't know that there was a niche in the YouTube field. But anyway, he sent me a package chip and I did it, and just for fun, I thought, I think it's something I can move forward with it. Then I think about 6 months later, I did Johnny Scoville, Tube of Terror. It's a tube with peanut. It has capsaicin crystals on it.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with capsaicin.
For people listening, if you could explain it a little bit.
Well, capsaicin is it's what creates heat.
Uh-huh.
It binds you with receptor, and your brain's like, oh, it's on fire, So you produce like an adrenaline, you start to sweat, you're hyperventilating. So that's what capsaicin do to your body. But anyway, when I did that Tube of Terror, that really took off.
Mhm.
And I thought, well, it looked like a small niche. Not a whole lot of people are doing this spicy channel. Nobody really, pay attention to that. So I went along with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with for people listening, the
Okay.
Pappy chip is one chip, right, that is just blazing hot. Is that correct?
Hmm. Well, it's subjective. It depends.
For the average person though,
But
it's probably like for the average person it's probably really hard to
oh,
tolerate, right?
absolutely, right. And you gotta understand, when I first started out doing that, everything was super spicy and hot, and it just like when you play in sport, you practice and make perfect.
Mhm.
I keep eating hot peppers, shallots and stuff like that, and your tolerance will build up as you
Mhm.
go along, and it would be less of a struggle. I've been doing it for so long, so many times now, so my tolerance, I was able to handle the heat and the pain.
Yeah, for
So
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
you've really dialed things up quite a bit. I mean, for your birthday doing the what kind of cake was it again?
Oh my goodness. It's Carolina Reaper cake. Um, what it is, the cake itself, it's powder. I actually bake it myself, and I think I put like, don't remember exactly. It's an equivalent of 30 to 40 Carolina Reaper, the powder. And on the outside, I think I had like 15 Carolina Reaper. I cut it in half. I put it on the outside of the cake on the icing. So it's equivalent to 54 Carolina Reaper birthday cake. That was a little mistake.
Yeah, I could
But
imagine.
yeah, that was quite brutal.
Yeah, how not to get into like I don't know the details of that, but how long did it take for that to sort of work its way through your system? Because that is a painful amount of like some of the Carolina Reapers are some of the most spicy peppers on the planet, aren't they? The planet, aren't they?
Yeah, currently the world record holder by Ed Curry from Pepper Company.
Mm.
Um, yeah, they're currently the hardest pepper in the world. I think it's clocking at 1.2 to 1.7 million Scoville.
Oh, jeez.
So that's like 300, 400 times harder than jalapenos.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
wild. So then with all of this, so you have the YouTube channel. Is this are you because I've seen you have like at least one product, you have chocolate. Do you have a business connected to it? Is it a side project currently? So how does this sort of fit into your
Oh,
life?
one,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's called Bite. It's a 3 chocolate balls in a box.
Mhm.
And I collaborate with the chocolate maker, Willie Pete Chocolate, based out in Connecticut. And he makes spicy chocolate. And he have other products out there as well. So I collaborate with him. So he created the chocolate for me, and he shipped them here, and I hand package them together. The box, the label, and in fact, I designed the label as well.
Nice.
So it's a cute little product. Yes, I started that. It's been about a year now. And yeah, it's all about branding.
Mhm.
Put it together, trying to get exposure. Of course, I'm trying to promote my Hot Dane show along with it. And so far, it's doing pretty good. Not bad. I can't complain.
Yeah. And now is this all a
So
side
yeah, it's
project then?
available. A side project.
Uh-huh. Or is this your main
Oh, well,
like main thing you're doing or?
yes, I think for the last 6, 7 months, I spoke to my wife about the Hot Dam. So we had to change the name to move forward
Mhm.
from Hot Dam to Hot Dang Show. And I think, what, honey, I'm not doing too well with the freelance business, graphic design. So I'm going to try to focus 100% of my time with the Hot Dang Show. So yeah, it's becoming my full-time job. And it is a full-time job, believe me. I kid you not. social media, I probably get about 100 messages plus a day,
Wow.
emails, sponsorship. So, yeah, I can't complain, but it's a lot of work. So it is a full-time job.
Definitely. And then how do you
Yeah.
balance then between you have your chocolate product, you have the YouTube channel itself for I
Uh-huh.
assume AdSense and ad revenue there, and then sponsorships. Are those the main sources of revenue? And then how do you sort of balance where you want to focus most?
Well, I haven't accepted any sponsorships yet.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of sponsorships that come to me, um, video games. It doesn't
Oh.
relate to the Hot Dance Show. I was hoping something a little spicy related. That aside, I'm still learning.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a professional at this, and I'm just trying to remain to have fun with it, not to get too stressful with it. I'm already stressed enough and eating so many spicy food, but I don't know. I don't know how to balance it. I'm just playing along with it. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's I mean that is also telling though that's what it takes because you're in those early stages where you've built something really great and but you're still figuring it out. And we're all figuring it out.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, no matter where we are like in our journey, we're still learning, but yeah, I really like every step you've taken. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about to see what I wanted to talk to you about to see sort of how your approach has been or what your approach has been and how you've been growing. So, in terms of your channel, then,
Okay.
how would you say what were some of the early things you did to start to get traction and start to build an audience?
I'm still confused about the algorithm. I'm still learning about that stuff. But just trying to understand the algorithm, the analytic part of YouTube, trying to figure out how they're coming in, where the demographic coming in, where they fall off during the video. You're trying to fine tune where you. For example, when I start the video, I do the introduction, and I don't immediately kick in during the challenge, maybe in the middle of the video. And I do something at the end. Always start the middle, begin in the middle and the end.
Hmm.
So it keeps your retention longer. And that's how you get good ad revenue with it. So that's still a learning stage for me, how to get started. The other part of it, it's really, really important is not only content, the quality of the
Hmm.
show. And that's what drives the attention. I see a lot of other chilihead. There's nothing wrong with it. They have a regular camera, you know, click on the record button, upload the video.
Hmm.
That's fine. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. So I just want to take it to the next level. And I know how you are. You love cameras and production and all that kind of stuff. So I'm the same way. I have 4 camera hookups. So right now I'm only using one, sometimes two.
Uh-huh.
They're all Panasonic Lumix G8, G85, I'm sorry. If you watch I don't know if I'm going off track. Cut me off if I am.
No, no, no. I love this stuff.
If you watch my earlier video, I actually started with uh, iPhone 6,
Oh, nice.
a couple of videos, and all my background is just like plain. There's nothing on it. And when I look at that, it's like kind of boring. I could be honest with that. And I just progressively just adding things. I took out the drop ceiling. Actually, in the man cave, I'm in the basement.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I removed the drop ceiling to give the feeling of open space. A lot of people think I'm at the bar, what it looks like, and I added those patio lights. And I could start adding, new bottles, new elements on the wall. It kind of Good Mythical Morning. You
Uh-huh.
familiar with that channel?
Oh yeah.
They're my huge inspirational.
Hmm.
I mean, they got a lot of cool stuff in the background. That's how I got the idea from. So, yeah. Oh, Joe Rogan microphone above me.
Okay.
It's a Shure SM7B. I
Nice.
learned that it helped my speech impairment. They actually help increase some of the highs and lows.
Hmm.
Um, I invested some audio equipment. Ah, God, I spent too much money on it. But that's the fun beauty part of it,
Uh-huh.
doing the YouTube. But I am confident to say that I'm about 90% into this art production. It's finalizing set, and I'm still learning to add some more to it.
Oh yeah. I mean, but yeah,
Uh,
it's
I know
beautiful.
I'm start rambling off.
Oh no, it's all good.
So
Yeah, I mean, your whole set, all the audio, the video
I mean,
production is so good.
well, thank you, and yeah, I mean, it gets I'm combining my passion,
Hmm.
graphic design. I'm having fun eating spicy stuff. I just put them together, and that's how the Hot Damn Show comes about.
Yeah.
So I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, and that's really
So
smart.
yeah,
I mean, you're taking your strengths and or like the one strength in design in
exactly.
branding, and then building it into an entirely different revenue model, business, like everything. Have you always been
Hmm.
interested in interior design as well? Because like I'm so envious of the room that you have there. Like every time I watch, I'm just like, I need to upgrade what I'm doing. It's just it's so good, but I don't feel like, I mean, with time I could learn it, but I don't have that vision for crafting a physical space. Has that been something of an interest of yours?
I have no interior design experience, but I do love interior design. I
Uh-huh.
love looking at, shipping crate homes, small home. I'm a big fan of that. And, I see a lot of idea, inspirational coming about. But a lot of stuff you see in here are very cheap to make.
Oh yeah.
I don't buy anything brand new. For example, the wood wall, that got through the floor vinyl. You could pour the sticker off
Nice.
that you put on the floor.
Yeah.
That on the wall. So I got that like at Home Depot. They're like 80% off. They're going out of um, they're on the sale. So I could put that on the wall, and I probably pay $80 for it. Um, like a lot of stuff that I could put on, I find at the garage sale, or I go on to Facebook Marketplace. I buy certain things. Like the table here. This is the live edge table that I found at the flea market. The
Oh
guy was
no.
selling it for like a couple $100. I mean, something like this, if you find it a higher end level, probably in the thousand.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do a lot of watching YouTube magazine, get inspiration. I think, oh, I like that one. I'm gonna see if I can find anything cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks
Yeah.
great. And in terms of your channel then and what you're building and like where you're going, what do you see in the future? Maybe in the next year, 2 years? Do you have plans in terms of more products or anything else?
That's the beauty of it. I I do have things planned in mind, but I could go with the flow because I
Hmm.
found myself trying too hard. But anyway, unfortunately, during the pandemic, I would have cut back a lot of planning to do collaboration with other chiliheads
Hmm.
or non-chilihead. I would plan to travel, in the Midwest section, like go to New York, um, Wisconsin, or St. Louis, or South Carolina. But now that kind of like on hold.
Yeah.
But hopefully, at the beginning of next year, things will change. But I am going to be going to a few hot sauce expos.
Hmm.
There's one out in New York, and I'm going to be there with someone helping out in the booth. So in the future, I'm going to be doing a lot of events and collaborating with friends, and of course, keep on improving my YouTube channel.
Hmm.
So that's the simplest goal I can explain here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it makes sense. I mean, because now you're recognized. People are like seeing you as the Hot Dane show as Roger, and you're able to leverage that
Hmm.
in other ways, like maybe with other brands, other companies, or just in person, like you mentioned, like being at the conventions, people are coming to see you. You can help promote your channel, some products. Like, yeah, there's so much potential when you build that sort of influencer personality, you know? So yeah, it's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if for someone who's just starting out on YouTube, what would you recommend that they do? Maybe with regards to how they find their niche or how they find their audience. Do you have any sort of advice now that you're a couple years in?
Well, that's a great question. If I were to start all over again, I wouldn't try too hard to get into all the technique stuff.
Hmm.
Just focus on your content. That's what the audience wants. You can grow from there. You can use a simple camera. You don't have to spend $1,000 on a camera. You could start with your iPhone or Android phone, whatever you have,
Hmm.
and you can start from there. That's the best way to do it. You don't need to start with a $5,000 budget to get it going.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the thing. We have these ideas, and it's like, oh, it has to be perfect before day one. And like, I think what you're doing is absolutely perfect, but of course, it has grown like video after video. It gets a little better, a little. You adjust your approach, you adjust the set, you adjust your gear.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really. I mean, that's the way to do it, and that's also why I started this podcast and why it's called Starting Now. Like, I think it's really valuable to like to hit the ground running, like to really just be okay, I'm not going to start later, I'm going to start now, I'm going to build this, and I'm going to see where it takes me, you know? I mean, yeah, it's the perfect
Well, you're
example.
doing great. I watched every one of your podcasts, so
Oh, well,
doing
thank you.
great.
No, I appreciate that. And so you mentioned
So,
just in passing, because for people listening, like we know each other from the paleo space. Like we were both part of the Paleo Chicago community and things. You mentioned that you
exactly.
were going to go keto like moving up soon. Just in passing, is that something that you're approaching, and how are you balancing that with all the spice? It feels like you need to have something to sop up the
Well,
spicy.
well, funny you mentioned that. I started out paleo with you
Hmm.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. It's a great movement. Um, Later on, I went full-time ketogenic diet.
Hmm.
And then I got involved into, what do you call that? Carnivore diet.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Carnivore diet. I'm, so, and I went back to ketogenic. Now, when I started this Hot Dane show, it kind of like,
Yeah.
that's because there's a lot of chocolate, there's a lot of non-ketogenic type challenges out there. I'm not saying they're bad products,
Oh yeah.
but it really pushed me to fall off the wagon. Um, I have about 3 or 4 huge challenges coming up this year. And after the first of the year, I'm going right back into ketogenic diet.
Oh yeah.
And I love ketogenics. They're
Hmm.
great. They're awesome. They're fun. Um, so I have gotten down to like 168 pounds when I on the ketogenic diet.
Hmm.
I'm currently at 250, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that just
So
happens.
yeah, I need to get back into shape again.
No. But do you think that's
Oh, image is everything. Image.
well, yeah, this is
Right.
great. Like, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I like getting a little window into your studio here. It's awesome.
Nemesis not happy over there.
Wait, what was that?
Nemesis over there. He's not happy. He's not on the
Oh,
show.
yeah. Yeah, I like that. We didn't even mention that. I liked that you
Yeah.
built that character in. It's really smart. Like, I really recommend anyone listening right now to check out the Hot Dane Show on YouTube so you can see Roger's entire approach to building this brand, building. It's interesting because once you said Good Mythical Morning, like Rhett and Link, it really put the pieces together in my
Hmm.
brain because it has a similar vibe, but you took the inspiration from them, people who are extremely successful, doing so well, and they,
Right.
they crafted something amazing, and you've taken it and taken the inspiration there and ran with it in your own path, which I love that's the way to do it. Like you're not mimicking them, you're not copying them in any way, but taking that sort of starting point, I think is wonderful.
What did Steve Jobs say? I forgot what the quote. Okay. Good artist steal, great artist copy. I don't know. You know
Oh
that
yeah.
quote, right?
Yeah, dread artist copy, dread artist steal. I think that's sort of the way. And there's also Austin Kleon wrote a book called Steal Like an Artist, where we're remixing, we're making something new.
Right.
And you've absolutely done that in the best way possible. So yeah, I love that. But I definitely recommend anyone listening to check out Hot Dane Show on YouTube. Is there anywhere else that you would want to send them?
Well, no, I have the hotdaneshow.com, the website. You can see my content there. I also have a merch account available. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and I do have a Facebook page. And most important, I do have a YouTube channel at the Hot Dane Show. So.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, thanks again for doing this. I really appreciate you taking the time out.
No, thank you.
Yeah, hopefully when this pandemic is like a little dialed down, we'll get to see each other in person again. So it's been too long, you know.
Maybe you can be on a tour someday.
Maybe. I don't know if I have the stomach for all that heat.
I'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'd be nice.
I've seen your show. I know how spicy it gets. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, thanks again, and we'll talk again soon. A big thanks to Roger for joining me on this episode. Be sure to check out the Hot Dane Show on YouTube and his website, hotdaneshow.com, where you can find his Hot Dane Show bites. The tagline being "The Nemesis is waiting," which, by the way, you need to check out the Nemesis and everything that he has done with that character too. It's all really entertaining, and I think you're really gonna love it. So be sure to check out Hot Dane Show. As always, this episode of Starting Now was brought to you by Built. At Built, we help you get started online. Whether you want to start a blog or a business, head over to built.co. That's BYLT.co to get started. Built, your website, built for you simply. Finally, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, be sure to check out the video version of the show on YouTube. You'll find all the links for this episode at built.co/016. That's bylt.co/016. Well, that'll do it for this week. Again, I'm Jeff Sarris. This has been Starting Now, and I'll see you next time.